since we were talking about omega-3s and the omega-3, omega-6 ratio where we want a higher omega-3s in our diet, some of those things that are very high in omega-6s, and some of the reason that we are at a 20-to-1 is because of all of our processed foods use things like vegetable oil, seed oil. So like anytime you see canola oil, soybean, safflower, sunflower, rapeseed, cottonseed, grapeseed, margarine, peanut oil are all very high in omega-6s. And any granola bar, most chips, I mean, like we brought a brand for you guys that they're cooked in avocado oil, but most of the things that are on a shelf in a store use these oils.
Yeah.
And so that is one of the reasons that we have such a high ratio of omega-6 to omega-3. So, you know, anything fried, processed, and even like healthy foods, I think, like, you would think going to the store and buying like those made good granola bars, because you see free of everything, free of gluten, free of dairy, but then you turn them over and it's like sunflower oil. So you just have to really.
And for the majority of the public, is it going to affect them as much? Well, maybe not. We were eating them for a while, and I wouldn't say we had any behavioral issues, but if you do have somebody at home that does have behavioral issues, or you're thinking that they can't focus, or they have anxiety and depression, that's where you're going to want to start looking at this stuff and saying, well, how good are we doing in the avoid replace section? How good are we doing with the vitamins there? You might be doing really good at the vitamins, but you go, gosh, you know what? He does just eat a bunch of those fried foods. He loves going to Chick-fil-A. Well, I've never eaten Chick-fil-A, and I love their business model, but I mean, what do they do? What do they put in there?
They refuse. They've had somebody come to try and talk to them about their ingredients, and they use in all of their ingredients use a product called MSG, so monosodium glutamate, which the whole point of it, I know, Christian chicken, right? And they had somebody call them out. And Chick-fil-A removed some of their ingredients that were bad, but they wouldn't remove the MSG because they know that that's what makes them so addicting.
Yeah.
And so they know it would ruin their business model if they removed it. And they made that statement, like they weren't lying, but they said we can't remove it, or that is what MSG is what it does to the brain is it makes you crave. It makes you, like, once you taste that, you can continue to taste it, and it's why you want to go back and go back.
Take it out, trust in God, and people will come to you. Just believe.
So, you know, like I said, it's hard to be perfect. I'm not going to tell you that our kids don't still have stuff every once in a while with seed oils, but some of the things we try and do at home, and like I said, I always cook with butter or beef tallow, or we use coconut oil, and then on low or no heat, we use avocado and olive oil, and I even try to buy as much as I can. Like they are doing a good job now of making chips with avocado oil, and they just started making corn chips now with avocado oil, which is great. I mean, it's just such a better option than the canola oil and the sunflower oil.
And people say, you know, this gets expensive, and it's like, well, this is the one area where we've decided we're going to invest in our kids, is just at least trying to make them eat healthy food, and they get I don't think they get bored of it. They've been raised like that. I imagine if another kid moved in with us and they were 8 years old and they're eating, you know, like goldfish and everything else, they're gonna be like, well, you guys are really boring. But it's like, well, get used to it. I'm sorry. Boringness breeds creativity. So I always say that it's just when the brain gets bored, it starts to think differently. If you don't feed it these MSGs and these types of things that are highly processed that kind of light the brain up, your brain's gonna rewire and start to go, oh wow, strawberries taste really good, and regular potatoes taste really good. If your kid has a choice between a chip or an actual potato, they're always going to take the chip because that thing is fried, it's crispy. The brain gets used to those tactile senses there. So if you start, slowly working away, it takes time. It's not just eat this 3 times and you'll like it or not like it. It might take months or years to actually get your kid to go, wow, Dad, I finally like Brussels sprouts. It's like, oh my gosh, that's 6 years later. Like we finally like Brussels sprouts. But I just, don't give up on them. I know it's hard, but as a parent, like, you're willing to go that extra mile. And
our kids still eat chicken nuggets. I just, we get them. I do order them. We order a butcher box every month.
Yeah, so butcher box is that they ship meat and very good
and
quality.
they don't use seed oils in the chicken nuggets, and it's the the meat is organic and.
We might have to make a cookbook because you made your own breaded chicken
I make my own
nuggets.
sometimes too, yeah.
Yeah, just cut up in chicken and then what, almond?
Yeah, usually
flour.
like chicken thighs, yeah, and almond flour and eggs, yeah.
Yeah.
We're just regular, we're gluten free, so that.
Yeah, good point, okay.